Darius, Darius, Dar, Dar, Dar. Hey guys, I didn't see you come in there. Welcome back to another video. I finally got a car, and I actually grew leg hair for once. Fake news! Fake news! The previous video is fake news. Damn right it was fake news. You've never sat behind a steering wheel in your life. You've never touched a gear knob before. The only knob you've ever had your hands on is when you were on the ground hollering, "Chill, guys, chill! Get this guy away from me! He lifted me off my ass!" in your goofy, nasally Canadian voice, begging for mercy with your hand on the guy's crotch. Yeah, you were touching a knob then. But anyway, you got this Darius Truxton. The guy hasn't live streamed in over 2 weeks, which has me very concerned. I mean, this is completely out of character for this guy. I think somebody needs to give this guy a welfare check. And I don't mean the kind of welfare check that Service Canada pays him for his little mental disability. I'm talking about somebody maybe calling Robert and asking about the guy. I'm sure he's concerned about your welfare too. I mean, how else is the rent going to get paid? I'm very sorry, Robert. I didn't mean to disturb you at all. So anyway, yeah, he hasn't live streamed in over 2 weeks. And he claims he wouldn't be live streaming because of the good weather, which I don't believe for a second, because that wasn't an issue last year when he spent all summer long, day in, day out, 8.5 to 9 hours a day playing Donkey Kong. Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Saturday, didn't matter what day of the week it was, he was indoors playing video games, not to mention Power Wash Simulator, for 5.75 of an hour back in June, at the same time as I was walking around Tavira, Portugal, making videos on the guy. So there's no way he's giving up live streaming to enjoy the good weather. So I've been thinking about this, and I've come up with 2 possible theories as to what's going on. My first theory is that he's broke as fuck, which, you know, we all know he's poor as hell. He's on welfare, his low-income government assistance, which is income-based, okay? He wouldn't be getting that if he wasn't on a low income, which he is, okay? And people like that at the lower rung of the ladder are always hit hardest with inflation, okay? So I suspect that now that it's summertime and he's sitting indoors all day, sweating like a pig, I mean, the humidity levels must be through the roof. Just there, sitting there, smoking on his little weed to take away the noise, the negative thoughts, telling him to get a job, to do something with his life. So he sits there. If that's not bad enough, him stinking up this apartment, you've now got the sun shining in the window, which is obviously going to make the apartment very warm. So in order to run his AC, okay, and still be able to afford the hydro bill, he's had to make a couple of sacrifices, okay? So I suspect that he has cancelled his high-speed internet because his welfare checks can't afford it, okay? Either that or 5.5 hours of Donkey Kong every single day was running up the bill too much, and he needed to account for the AC running, okay? So he's had to sacrifice some things. No way he's sacrificing the Herbalife Express shipment. God forbid. Imagine this guy going like a day or two without his marijuana. So yeah, that's my first theory. My second theory also revolves around the fact that he's broke as fuck, and possibly he got kicked out of 2772 because his welfare checks couldn't afford the rent anymore. Either that or Robert has had enough of his nonsense. So in my second theory, I suspect that he's gotten kicked out of that welfare apartment, just like Jeff Hyatt, who now lives with Anna, except Darius now lives with Joanne, the same way he did in his mid-30s, except now he's in his mid-40s living with Joanne, okay? And Joanne doesn't want to sit there for 5 hours every single day listening to ding, ding, ding. I mean, I can only imagine the frustration of having this loser living in your back bedroom. Oy vey, why won't he go out and get a job? Good Lord, why did you curse me with this child?